Welcome back to the Christmas 2000 channel for a new tram video. Now, this is an older type Melbourne type tram. This is a W1, no, the W class or the W1 series tram. Might be the, oh, this might be this. It's W series or W1.
Within walking distance of one another. The Star Cinema in Eagle Ford used to swap movies from the Lyric Theatre and Interval, using the Bendigo tramways as transport. The tram conductor would meet the projectionists out the front and exchange reels. It wasn't just people and movie reels that were transported. There were even passengers. The parcel would be carried by tram from the city to a designated tram stop or convenience shop along the route. Newspapers, meat, groceries and a variety of other goods all found their way onto the trams and were delivered by the trammies. You may be wondering why Bendigo's public tramway system was closed. Urban sprawl meant schools and shops were being built away from the city centre. Bus services were introduced.
It won't be that long, got the
As much as the community loved the trams, fewer were relying on them for transport and revenue steadily declined. 16th of April 1972 marked the last day of commuter services, with over 20,000 people lining Bendigo streets to bid the trams farewell. The trams were followed back to the depot by a hooting cavalcade and marching bands playing "Now is the Hour, We Must Say Goodbye." The idea of trams vanishing from Bendigo didn't seem easy for the community. 5,000 signatures were collected on a petition, together with 600 letters, pleading for the government to allow Bendigo trams and track to be preserved as a tourist tramway. As a result, Bendigo's vintage booking tram service began in December 1972 and has been running ever since. We're nearing Central Delta Gold Mine, which operated as a commercial mine from 1939 to 1950. During this time, almost 1 tonne of gold was extracted, which would be worth around $91 million at today's prices. Central Delta Gold Mine now operates as an award-winning tourist attraction and is a living reminder of the important role that mining played in making Bendigo the vibrant, diverse city it is today. Be sure to experience one of the fascinating underground tours. For those of you leaving us, we hope you've enjoyed the experience and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Passengers leaving us here.
No, we have. This is the second one. Went on the way in the Ballarat tramways.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Hello. You're welcome to jump on.
Is that heavy, is it?
Not going to go in because it is live at the moment. This is the W2 class cab. You got the original makers thing on there. Not going to touch anything because it is live. March 9. I don't know if that's March 1908 it means or 2000. I don't know. It's confusing. This is the working. I'll have to edit it out.
You're taking a photo. Take a photo with that.
The area we are travelling on today is known as Janduk, or country. Jaja Rook have lived in our traditional lands and cared for Janduk over many thousands of years. Jaja Rook have a strong spiritual and cultural connection to Janduk. It is a landscape in which the tangible is interwoven with breathing stories, lore and ancestral spirits. Take a moment to visualise the land where our view would only be limited by the many iron bark and eucalyptus trees that thrived here. In the late 1830s, the area became pastoral settlement and was known as the Ravenswood Sheep Run. The overseer of the southern area was Tom Myers. Tom was a dab hand with his fists and an admirer of the renowned British bare-knuckle boxer William of Bendigo Thompson, who was nicknamed Bendigo. In 1841, Tom named the Bendigo Creek in his honour, and the name stuck. Gold was discovered along the Bendigo Creek in September 1851 by Margaret Kennedy and Julia Farrell, whose husbands worked on the sheep run. News spread quickly, and within 6 months, over 20,000 diggers had descended upon Bendigo, hoping to find their fortune. The government named the new township Sandhurst, but in 1891, a popular vote saw the name Bendigo reinstated. Today, Bendigo boasts a population of over 120,000 people.
Right on there, behind my mags on there.
We're now travelling along High Street, the original road that
curtains in my
This
bedroom.
road was carved out by the marching of diggers' feet and the wheels of their wagons. Bendigo was known as the Golden City. More than 5,500 registered shafts were sunk on the Bendigo goldfield, representing the largest concentration of deep shafts anywhere in the world. Over 700,000 kilograms of gold was yielded during the gold rush, which would be worth over $69 billion at today's prices. Coming up on our left is the Sacred Heart Cathedral. It is the third largest cathedral in Australia. As we pass by, note the statue in front of the cathedral. It is of Mary the Killer, Australia's first Catholic saint, and was erected in 2015. Bendigo's Catholic community began building the English Gothic-style cathedral in 1896, but it would take another 81 years for the project to be completed, with stone masons brought in from England and Italy. The 87-metre high spire has been part of the Bendigo skyline since 1977. The bronze cross at its apex weighs an incredible 3 tonnes.
I saw this.
Princess of Wales, Alexandra. View Street runs up the hill to our left and is the hub of Bendigo's Arts Precinct, featuring the Capitol Theatre, the Trove Visual Arts Centre and the Bendigo Art Gallery.
Tell me when Max replies back, would you please? I'm playing this phone, I'm going to drain the battery out.
Next stop, Charing Cross. If you're getting off here, please mind the step and use the handrail as you leave the tram on the left-hand side.
Because they used to have good glass on there, so put the glass out. And that was got done by the Melbourne Tramway Board. There's only like 3 of these left, one running out of this W.
On our left is Rosalind Park, named after Rosalind from Shakespeare's play As You Like It. The park was opened in 1870. The Soldiers Memorial Wall on your left is built over what was once the main shaft of the Hustlers Royal Reserve gold mine. For decades, it thundered away in the city centre, mining the Great Hustlers Reef, one of the richest reefs ever discovered in Australia. Notice the life-size statue of Sir George Lancel holding a lump of quartz in his hand. George Lancel was known as Australia's quartz king, and although he came from humble beginnings, his passion for quartz mining made him Bendigo's richest and most respected citizen during the gold rush years.
I'll look back later.
Notice the building on the left with a clock tower. It was designed by Major George Watson and is an example of Renaissance Revival architecture. Originally built as the Centre's public offices in 1887, it became the Bendigo Post Office and Federation. Inside Bendigo. Today, this complex operates as the Bendigo Visitor Centre and is home to the Post Office Gallery and Living Arts Space. To our left is the historic Conservatory Gardens. Erected in 1892, it is the oldest public conservatory in Victoria. The conservatory is significant as many other public conservatories have been destroyed, making this a rare style of structure. Throughout the year, you can see changing floral and foliage displays. Ahead, you will see the discovery of gold monument. This monument was erected in 1901 and depicts Fortuna, the mythical goddess of good luck, dropping a gold nugget into the pan of a Bendigo digger.
The only never got to ride these on the Melbourne system. I think I'm out of search by the 90s.
The gold rush attracted people from around the globe, including thousands of Chinese who came to Bendigo to search for prosperity. Bendigo's Chinese precinct is called Daigun Sand. It translates to Big Gold Mountain, as Bendigo was known as the first Chinese who settled in the region. The proud history of Bendigo's Chinese is displayed to our left in the Golden Dragon Museum, adjacent to Yuan Garden.
Double trapped in front of us on the same line.
At the museum, you Bendigo's famous Chinese dragon. The world's oldest, Sunlook, formerly the world's longest imperial dragon, and Gaigamlook, Bendigo's newest and the world's longest dragon. The Bendigo Chinese Association display is a spectacular highlight.
It's on the same track as it looks like, but there's no turn away.
In 1871. We are now passing St. Trinian's Church. It is one of the largest wooden churches in the Southern Hemisphere and was the fourth church in Bendigo. In the courtyard you will
6.
gold mining in Bendigo. The area we're now entering was originally known as Irish Town because of the very large number of Irish diggers. We're now turning into Tramways Avenue. We'll be arriving at the Bendigo Tramways Depot workshop. Opened in 1903, it is the oldest operating tram depot in Australia. The depot is home to our renowned workshop, where trams are meticulously restored to their former glory or repurposed as cafes, accommodation, and even school classrooms. Enjoy a coffee or light meal in the Tram Cafe, served straight from the beautifully restored 1916 in-class tram number 3, a shining example of our workshop team's skills. You could also discover more about Bendigo's tramway history within the small...
My brother had been doing this down
Some of these old houses.
I'll find out if Chris was working in the garbage man on the spouts or working in the carriages, I don't know.
little voice. What did we break down then?
I'll go through my camera settings because I think it's nice with the camera.
Is it filming?
It is. But there's...
But it was here we broke down.
Hilly terrain, with horses regularly towing the overtaxed trams back to the depot. As a result, the battery company closed after a mere 13 weeks. In 1892, steam trams were introduced. They were a success and their reliability made them popular with commuters. But the company was hit hard by the economic depression. In 1903, the electric system was introduced and has been running ever since.
I was not aware of
The short drive straight ahead is the Bendigo Botanic Gardens and a little further on the Bendigo Pottery. Both should be on your to-do list if you're spending time in Bendigo. Bendigo Pottery is Australia's oldest working pottery. Established in 1858, the pottery has operated continuously from its current site in Epsom since 1863. It is home to the most significant collection of ceramic wood-fired kilns in the world. Today, the pottery complex includes an interpretive museum, artist studios, and an extensive antique centre. We're about to turn into Nolan Street. This section of track was added during World War II to take workers by tram with the Commonwealth Marines factory. World War II reduced the number of men available to work to such an extent that the tramways needed to offer conductor positions to women. By the end of the war, there were 22 women employed on the trams. However, they had to relinquish positions when the men return from the service. Next stop, Lake Maroona. If you're getting off here, please mind the step and use the handrail as you leave the tram from the right-hand side.
Chinese restaurants here on the corner. And it's not Chinese restaurant. It's a pagoda type thing. I don't know what it is. I mean, I never went there, but it was sort of changed from being red and bright to being black and white.
We have a lady that might need the ramp, and if you could park the tram
As we cross the Bendigo Creek, you will notice that the bed of the creek is paved with bluestone. Over 100 years ago, the city councillors were forced to pave the creek to prevent slime and dirt from choking it and inundating the city, thanks to the thousands of miners using their puddling machines further up the valley. We're now turning into Bridge Street. Ahead you will see the Tyson's Reef Hotel, named after the spiny reef that sits below this street. There are 17 quartz reefs that run beneath the city in roughly a north to south direction, covering an area 16 kilometres long and 4 kilometres wide. Tyson's Reef was named after James Hungry Tyson, the digger who set up an avatar near here in 1852 to sell things to miners. When Tyson sold up 3 years later, he was a billionaire. So many who came to Bendigo in search of gold found their wealth in other ways. We're now approaching the Tyson's Reef precinct. If you wish to get off here, please pull the left-hand belt once, mind the step and use the handrail as you leave the tram. Bendigo has since found wealth in other ways too, with a strong agricultural focus producing livestock, poultry, wheat, vegetables, wool and wine. Bendigo is Australia's first UNESCO creative city and region of gastronomy, having one of the richest concentrations of boutique food and wine producers in Australia. Bendigo is also one of Australia's oldest wine regions, dating back to the mid-19th century, with local vineyards now producing internationally award-winning red wines. We're now heading into Caledonia Street, which leads to the former Commonwealth Ordnance Factory, or Tallis as it is known today. Built during the Second World War, it is a world leader in defence, aerospace and ground transportation solutions. The tramway is used to provide special services to bring all parts of Bendigo to the factory. During the war, it was top secret, and all sorts of weapons were manufactured here for the forces in Europe and the islands. Since the war, the factory has continued its role manufacturing the Bushmaster and other control and combat support vehicles used in areas of conflict. Getting off here, please mind the step, use the handrail and leave the tram on the right hand side.
As we've got a half an hour break for the W goes out again, we'll show this. This is the tramways museum area. That's a battery. There your brake and unlocking keys. I'm not an expert in items of trams, but I know a few. I've got some of those. I got Metropolitan Transport ones like that at home. Brand new as well. Conductor's uniform. I bought a similar jacket to that, but in the MMTB style. I got for free a while ago. Model trams. Old kerosene liners. They would still light up today. You can get them to light up easy. Go and get one then. You got ham and cheese?
Just 2 of them on my body.
Yeah, 2 of them. Make it 3 and 2 soft drinks. How much?
$9. I'm going to get me something now. Or not. Come with me. You can come with me.
I'll transfer an extra 20. Just go over there. Just two sandwiches and a drink then. That's some laying the track. Now the tramways use Melbourne type tram points here now, and I can show one of them outside the depot.
Jesus, Ruben, why are you looking away, mate?
Well, that one's not the same. This is a single blade point. Not going to go in because it's not public access. There's one of the I'm not sure what type of tram that is, but that's tram 18. That's a W2 class. I'm only riding this one because this one's the best tram I've got here.
I can see where I need to go. Look.
Just pause the video if you want to read that. I'm not going to read it out. The overhead cable is got 600 volts direct current DC. I won't go out to where the tram points are because they're very far away. This is an N class, not the N class you were familiar seeing on my channel. This is the N class tram.
Next to it is the site where Sydney Meyer opened his first school in 1900. Right at the right designed by local architect Wilhelm Barley and a prime example of we're now approaching the Shamrock Hotel.
The W2 series tram, what I'm on here, is the best tram
Hotels
Yeah, from Bendigo, I say, I like this one better than other trams.
twice becoming the building we seem to know. Its grandeur made it the accommodation of choice of visiting dignitaries. Guests included Melbourne opera singer Dame Nellie Melba,
There would have
who is
been
now
blinds
featured
originally on
our
there.
$100 note, and His Royal Highness
Originally
Prince
there would have been
Charles,
blinds on this
now
as
King
well.
Charles, and Diana, Princess of Wales.
Originally there would have been blinds up here, but they've pulled them off and replaced them. Originally it was blinds up here before they pulled them. Then on the other one in Ballarat, there was blinds up here. They took them off.
Coming up on our left is the heritage listed nearby building, built in 1872 and designed by renowned architect Charles Webb, who was originally home to the Bendigo Australians. We're now at Bendigo Shopping and Dining Precinct. This one-stop foodie paradise epitomises Bendigo's food culture, with international
They drive open the gate when you
local
stop.
produce, locally roasted coffee, boutique shopping, and everything in
Like I was
between.
talking about, there would have had blinds up here, Mum. There would have been blinds up here.
Please mind the step, use the handrail, and leave the tram on the right-hand
Original
side.
110 volt incandescent light bulbs. Obviously they've been disconnected. They used to use the lights, the LEDs now. I want to get one over by a car wash. Show this one. I'm quickly going to show. The tramways now here use the Melbourne style double blade points. They've got a blade on this side. We've got a blade on this side. There will be other trams coming on. I've got to get off the tracks here, but you put the rod into there, and then pull the blade across and change it to points. I may include a video, like I may include one, where I have a video of me changing points like this at the Ballarat tramways. As Ballarat, Sydney and Melbourne use the double blade points of their tramways mostly now. W2421. Best Melbourne tram I've ever ridden for ages, but not in Melbourne, but in Bendigo.